Raptor's crown. Raptor's crown. Snap, roll, knife edge on a heartbeat. Pulling G's till the world bends. Thrust flames, bend me with my movements. This bird ascends. They don't see me on their radar. Just a shadow in the scope. Every vector, every vapor cuts through down like hard. I ride the Raptor's crown, clawing the sky down. Super cruise straight through the sound. Freedom in the background. Turn, twist, never touch the ground. This is my battle cry and dominance. I won't back out. Raptor's crown. Raptor's crown. From the oceans to the heartland, every heartbeat on the line. I am lightning for the voiceless, guarding every open sky. Roll and get you around the horizon. Feel the earth fall far below. If they're coming for a daylight, I'm the first one they'll ever know. Let 'em know I ride the Raptor's crown, clawing the sky down. Super cruise straight through the sounds. Freedom in the background. Turn, twist, never touch the ground. This is my battleground and dominance. I won't back out. Raptor's crown. Raptor's crown. Raptor's crown. Hold the line. Hold the sound. Up here, I'm freedom. Wings of steel. Bound down. Choke! Warthog! Warthog! Thunder over sand! Guardian angel with an iron hand. When the sky tears open, shoots at the ground, you roll in roaring, spitting fire down slow, but you're coming. They breathe again, irreplaceable. They know your name. You don't dance, you stalk the ridge, bank so tight we can touch your frame. See the flash, feel the air get carved, every burst, every streak, deadly rain. Tracks in the mud where the ambush broke, empty shells on the smoking plain. You climb, you turn, you dive once more. Old beast, old friends, still inside.
Warthog. Warthog.
That was before that one, right?
What's that?
That was the Warthog. The Raptor one was the one.
Yeah, the
before.
Raptor one was right
Okay,
before
all
that.
right.
Dude, I love that
Sure, I
music.
had
It
it
just
right.
gets me pumped. It's so much fun.
I know it.
Hey, welcome to X Day Tuesday, everybody. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ryan. Good
So
evening.
tonight's not going to be your typical X Day Tuesday. We'll explain shortly. I think Aaron's got a little inside information for us, don't you, brother?
Yeah, well, should I drop who's going to join us here
Well,
a second in the
I was just-
intro?
Before you do,
After
a
the
little
intro?
foreshadowing with the last song there called Raptor's Crown.
That's right. That's
Anyway,
right.
yes,
Well,
continue.
here's the thing. So we've got a last second guess, which is awesome. You guys have seen the F-22 Raptor photos with the new infrared search and track pods.
Well,
the
who
stealth
hasn't?
pods. Well, see, there's been, little snippets of photos like from far away, and you've seen the models at, the expos and whatever. But I tell you what, we've got the photographer on that took those photos that everybody's seen on X, especially. You've probably seen it in the War Zone, Sandbox News. I mean, you name it. They're pretty spectacular photos, but we've got Jarod Hamilton that's going to join us here in a minute. So we are pumped about that.
All right.
Fellow photographer, you know, gotta love it.
Can't wait.
Okay. Well, I say let's begin. Dude.
Welcome, Jarod.
Thank you. You guys are talking me up way too much. I am not worthy.
Oh, come on.
Hey, and he's humble. You know, that's great.
Yes. And apparently he doesn't do the live stream thing either. So this is kind of cool. We like this.
Yeah,
Yes.
we appreciate you taking the time, Jarod. Seriously.
Thank you for the invite. It's been a weird week.
Yeah, right.
Well, we're
So-
excited to hear a little bit about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's just go. Okay, first of all, before we go into that, just introduce yourself a little bit. Like, you know, obviously everybody knows you're Jarod Hamilton on X and even Instagram. The other thing that I wanted to mention is you're director of photography at Call Sign Magazine. It's an online digital magazine, which is cool. I mean, some of the content you guys have on there, spectacular. And what got you into, I guess, being an av geek and a photographer?
Cool. Yeah, so I grew up in Ohio, actually. My grandparents lived across the street from the 180th Fighter Wing. Their house was
Nice.
at the end of the runway. So
Cool.
that's probably where it got kind of, you know, subconsciously in the brain, that this cool stuff. And then as I got older, I got into photography and mostly wildlife, that kind of stuff. I'm in California. I don't know if you guys also in California?
No, we're actually in Utah.
Utah, okay. But
Yeah.
Southwest, there's a lot of like cool landscape stuff.
Yeah, of course.
Always did the air show thing when I could, and fell in love with the Raptor there. Went whitewater rafting down the Kern River a couple of years ago at the suggestion of my terrible friends. Hated the Kern was at its 40-year high, so they're like,
Ooh.
do you want to go? And I said yes, because I'm an idiot. And would not recommend. The whole time you're just surviving.
Jeez.
And the one highlight was like the F-15 flag jet buzzed right over my head, and I said, "What is this place?"
Ooh,
Oh,
That was my
man.
introduction to the Sidewinder low level. And
nice.
from there, I was like, "Get me off this raft, get my camera, and I'm gonna go photograph these jets and plan my next trip up." And haven't looked back since. So that's sort of
Wow.
the quick version of my aviation photography. So
That's crazy. Just right place, right time, huh? And then it just
that's
got
what
you
it's
into-
been all the time with this stuff.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
even last week it's just, you know, you go enough times, you're lucky to land something, you know.
Yeah,
Yes, you are.
Sounds like Aaron, you need to. Aaron's the photographer of the bunch. It sounds like you need to go hang out with Jarod so we can get
Yeah,
some
no
content
doubt.
like his.
I try to get all aviation photographers to come to the Sidewinder, but I have to caution them ahead of time that this will be your new addiction.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go there once and then you don't stop thinking about it.
It's a lot of gas money from Salt Lake City, but you know what? I'd be just stupid enough to do it consistently. Constantly.
Let me know when you want your introduction. I don't. Some photographers kind of like to gatekeep like locations and spots, and I'm like, if you're coming
Yeah.
out there, the hikes all suck. The hikes will never get easier.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, right.
Well,
Right.
we'll wear a blindfold if you need us to.
no, I don't.
You know,
Tony will.
Yeah.
I was just offering.
I'm just
It's, cool.
kidding.
You know, it's changed my life so much, and I love sharing with other people.
That's
I know
cool.
I've definitely ruffled a few feathers by being so open about sharing it, because people want to kind of keep it.
Yeah.
I get that the internet and social media can ruin secret places, but these hikes are not easy. You can't just drive to these spots and do
Yeah.
a Star Wars Canyon, for example. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
eating is really just the hiking. I could tell everyone exact coordinates, and they'd be like, "Nope, I'm out."
Yeah, right.
Yeah. That's great. I know it is funny. Some some photographers get so weird about stuff like that, and it's just like you were saying, there's so many locations where even if you wanted to, most people probably wouldn't, just because of the hikes and the locations, and you're in the middle of nowhere and you got to carry water and your camera gear and all that. So
It's the worst part of it every single time.
yeah.
Once you get over the hump and you get to like, that wasn't that bad, but every time
Oh,
you get
yeah.
to the bottom of the hill, you're like, this again. And then now,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
snakes,
have a
snakes are coming out, the rattlesnakes. So
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay, I'm out. No, just kidding. Well, I gotta say that really appreciate your photos, some aviation photographer photos. The heat you get, the elements you guys go through to bring that to us. Like, I know I've always really, really enjoyed Aaron's photos, but when you get to see other people take them and enjoy them, I mean, when we go do red flag, we get back to the casino at night, and Tony and I hit the casino floor, and Aaron's up editing photos. So we really appreciate the time you guys put in for all of us.
Yeah. Ryan just gave
He
away
knows.
the behind the scenes of red flag
For us. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a good
I'm-
thing or not, but
I'm up editing photos and babysitting Ryan and Tony when they stumble in at 2 a.m.
Yeah,
we're,
right.
we're
And they
doing
lost all their
shots and
money at the
gambling.
casino.
if you get live or mobile, you can do both. You can
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yep.
That's so
Um,
cool.
Well, that's great. So okay, so I'm gonna pull up this post here. Okay, now this really was buzzing on X all over the place, and several aviation publications
That me?
and YouTubers.
No, that was me.
Yeah, that was us.
It's that involuntary reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So tell us, everybody that's watching too. I mean,
Damn.
what was going through? Did you know what you were shooting at the moment when you captured these photos here? And explain exactly what all this is and what you know about this.
So the whole reason I went up there that day was to get the second flight of the X-59. That's why I was up there, and it was
Okay.
too hot to go to the Sidewinder. So
Sorry to interrupt you, but where was this captured again? Just
North Mojave, Mojave Desert, north of Edwards.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, continue. Sorry.
Basically, like they take off and head north. I was kind of guessing where the X-59 was going to go. I didn't really know. That took off and had an in-flight emergency and landed right away. So didn't get too much good of that, but I was already up there. And by this time, I'll just skip to another part real quick. The B-52 showed up and was doing a couple low passes over my head. And then the Ghost tanker went up, and I heard him that he's going to go tank. And then the Raptor shows up. And
Wow.
the Raptor wasn't at the tanker yet, but he had a very typical Raptor contrail with the two exhausts coming out. And I put the camera up, and you can immediately see those tanks. And I don't want to say who I was with in case he doesn't want to be.
Sure. Oh yeah. No, that's all good.
Okay. Yeah.
He got the one with the new tanks, and he goes, and pods too. I didn't actually see the pods
Okay.
when I had the contrails, but basically at that point it was like, okay, now I'm here till this thing lands.
Damn.
Damn, that's
Um,
what a cool catch.
Yeah, and the B-52 was going to be doing an 8-hour mission, and it wasn't working with the Raptor, but essentially the Raptor was doing supersonic runs, probably testing out, the strength of the tanks, I guess. Because I did see him do some pretty crazy maneuver with the
Really?
some weird, maybe some nice G's were being pulled.
Okay.
Basically, when he was off doing his runs, the B-52 would go and do practice hookups to the tanker because it was there. I think they were just doing an 8-hour flight and had to pass the time. And so my caption for the formation where it said, "Only at Edwards can you get this formation," that's actually what one of the pilots said.
Oh yeah. Right here, this post.
Oh, that was
Wow.
That's
so
great.
Awesome.
yeah.
Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, in awe. That's sick.
Pretty rare, jets. I mean, I love the Ghost tanker. He's so much easier
Yeah,
to
that
spot.
is cool. You don't see too many KC-135s like that these days.
You could almost call that an unintentional legacy flight.
Yeah, there you go. It's an air show near you.
Yeah,
Look at
that.
Sorry,
Wow.
I'm like forgetting we're on a live stream looking at these pictures. I'm like,
I know. Wow, you even got a tanking shot of the B-52.
ah, that's cool.
I
Wow,
was-
look at that.
The trade was all the exact same moment. It was anytime I skip a day at the Sidewinder, I'm bummed. And I'm like, I hope something cool happens, and this was way more than I could have ever expected.
Wow,
Mhm.
very cool.
Unbelievable.
Cool.
So as a fellow photographer, what kind of equipment do you use? Because I know that's probably going to be asked in the chat.
Yeah, I'm shooting a Canon R5 and a 100 to 500.
Nice.
So these Raptor shots, he was coming in to land, so he was a lot lower than obviously. But that recovery at Edwards it's so far away that the gear isn't down yet because that runway is so far in from the perimeter.
Mhm.
So the gear wasn't down yet, which I'm thankful for because you really get this nice clean look.
Yeah, right.
And I had just moved locations because I saw a couple T-38s land, and it was like bad lighting, and you couldn't really see the underside really well. And I'm like, if he goes topside, I need to be on the other side and just pray the lighting works out. And it worked
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, that's awesome. We do have a question in the chat here for you, Jared, from a lady Astrojet. She says, "How many days do you spot?"
Oh, not that many actually. I used to do 2 days a week. My previous job, I didn't like my bosses, and I was in a position of they needed me more than I needed them, so I would just take days off during the week and say, "Hey, you want it?"
Nice.
That works because the Sidewinder isn't open. Well, isn't busy on the weekends, so
Yeah.
weekends. So I would take my days off during the week and then work on the weekends when I had the shop to myself. But now it's pretty hit and miss when I can spot. This was just crazy. I mean, even what was it last week or the week before when I got the B-21 refueling?
Mm-hmm.
That was the
Yeah.
first day I've been up in probably over a month, and that happened.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's wild.
Jared, do you buy lottery tickets?
For real though.
I know.
I don't want to answer that because I think this is
I mean,
jackpot here on this stuff.
yeah. Oh, I think I'll mosey on up there after a whole month and then this.
Yeah, yeah. I
That's-
mean,
Wild.
that is wild. That's really wild. You got that after not going for a month, and then you just show up and bam, there. That's so cool.
And that's
Yeah,
how it
that's-
was for a long time with me with the F-117s. I would go up all the time, and I would just keep checking them, and it was bizarre because I caught them like 13 times in 1 year, and everyone that goes all the time would never catch them, and I'm like, I don't know what it is.
That's still a bucket list. The last time I think I captured an F-117, gosh, was probably maybe 1997 at Nellis.
I was going to say at an air show.
It's
Yeah.
been a while.
Yeah.
It has been a while.
People always message me and like, when do they fly? Where do they fly? How can I see them? And I just say, I think the best thing that I can just tell you is come shoot with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that's the answer.
Not only are we going to
So-
shoot with you, we're going to get lottery tickets and then dinner and beers
Yeah.
and whatever you drink are on us.
I'm actually I'm on the REI website looking for hiking boots and a camelback.
There you go.
So yeah, Aaron's got
Yeah.
the camera, so he's set there. But yeah, I do have a question for you, Jared. So, and it's kind of related to Lady Astrojet's question. So, how many times? Because, dude, you get lucky almost every time you go up there, but you got to strike out every now and then. So, how many times have you gone up and you're just like, oh man, what a waste of a day?
I can tell you one day, which is kind of funny. Last year, Halloween, I thought, you know what? I'm gonna go up because I think some spooky jets are gonna fly. Because why not?
Yeah.
I go up there and there's no traffic whatsoever, and we have our scanners on, and there's one helicopter that keeps flying up and down the river. Could be a firefighting helicopter, but it doesn't look like that.
Mhm.
And I found out later that there was a wildfire closer up on the route, and so the route goes down. And I had done this long 3-hour hike to get this really cool spot, and I met this French tourist who was not super friendly to me, and he dozed off, and I was still out there just waiting. And I look up, and that was the day when I caught the first radar shots really high up.
Wow.
They were like, really far away, but it was like one of the first shots. And I'm like, so even on a bad day, I caught something that made up for it. The Sidewinder is a pretty magical place. I mean, I think I can only maybe count 2 trips where like nothing happened, and it's usually
Really?
weather or wildfire related, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's just anyone who's into this. I know the mock loop gets a lot of attention, but the Sidewinder, you get more variety. You get
Don't give it away.
Well, I guess it's true
Yeah,
what
right.
Lloyd says about the French then in Dumb
Oh
and
yeah.
Dumber. Huh?
Yeah. Yep.
French
Yeah.
are assholes.
I haven't
All
done
right.
in Europe. I haven't done the mock loop. I always get invited, and I think if I go there, what am I going to miss on the Sidewinder?
Yeah.
Well,
for
I mean,
sure.
Sidewinder. I mean, you can get anything from Nellis, Edwards, China Lake. I mean, pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, and then
And hit Sidewinder.
Red Flag. You got all these other players we even get.
Yeah.
I got to work with the German Tornadoes last year. They all want to come do the Sidewinder. So, and it's Air Force, Navy, Marines, and even some Army stuff will come through once in a while. It's just
That's awesome.
it really is. If you're into this stuff, you gotta make a trip and come for a couple of days to increase your odds. For
Oh
sure.
yeah.
Do you camp out there, or do you just?
There's motels you can camp.
Mhm.
I like to charge my gear and edit.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I
gotcha.
get a motel. But people do camp, and there's camping along the river that's totally free with restrooms. It's pretty. I know California gets a lot of shit online, but it's kind of a good thing over here.
Yeah. Well, once you said there's snakes, I'll probably just stick to the motel too.
Yeah.
Or a hammock or something.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you from Lady Astrojet. Do you have to hike for 3 hours? LOL, is there a shorter route?
Yeah.
That's just one spot. That
Yeah.
the lighting was pretty challenging at the main spots, just the way the orientation of the river is.
Mhm.
So there's a spot across the river where there's a bridge really far down, so you cross the bridge and then hike way over. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
I learned last year if you just get a raft and cross the river, it's way shorter.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That works.
However, that is the Killer Kern River, and I had PTSD from rafting the first time. But
Right.
Oh yeah.
I hesitate on recommending people raft, even though it's like a 10-second crossing. But that river, it's just there's something about it. I would feel terrible if something happened and people lost their
Sure.
gear or fell in.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
yeah. I
right?
mean,
Not promote the rafting thing.
right.
It's just sketchy enough where I'm like, just do the hike. And there's a lot of caveats. There's other spots up the river that'll get you on the other side, but the road is closed half the year because of snow. There's a lot of things. So that spot, safely do it as like a 3-hour hike, but it's kind of a pain. But
Yeah.
Okay.
raft. Also, they release the dam at different times, so the water level and the rapids are all different. So
Oh,
there's
okay.
times where I'll take a raft up and I'm like, I don't even know if it's crossable because it's too raging, But that's dedication right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was gonna
For
say.
sure, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, for
Chasing the
sure.
good light.
BH checking
BH.
in. Tony, I think Jared might want to hear some of your dispatcher stories.
No,
we'll
I
skip
don't
those.
think he wants to. Yes.
We'd rather hear his
Thanks,
stories.
BH World.
Well, in
we
case
love
Jared
ya.
doesn't know, BH, our good buddy, he likes to spam chat us all the
Yes,
time, and
he does.
he's always throwing jokes at us.
This might be a legit question from BH World, though.
Forget the IRST. Let's talk ISO and lenses and film in the flash setting.
Oh my gosh.
Film. Never
No
mind.
film and flash with a R5 and a
I should have
RF 100 500.
The Polaroid.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what he uses. No, we know what he uses. He's just not as
Yeah.
good at it as you guys are yet.
So Jared, okay, so let's go back to the Raptor here for a second. Now, not only obviously you love photographing, it's a huge passion, just like ours. Do you study and read about exactly what these tests are about and what this equipment is, like these new pods? And I've heard and read from multiple sources that these stealthy fuel tanks or bags, however you want to call it, they're designed to actually stay on for even if the Raptor has to dogfight. So you can imagine how strong those tanks are, and it must not limit its maneuverability too much. I mean, I guess it depends on how much fuel it has on board, but so what on the other side do you study or do you read about? I mean, do you guys cover that a lot on Call Sign Magazine, or how does that work for you?
Call Sign is more focused on, at this point, legacy pieces and talking about squadrons and that kind of stuff. Not necessarily about like the technical stuff on that. I kind of I've learned to respect Alex Holling's take on pretty much everything. He's usually that on, so I usually defer to his analysis, and then he seems to, even just going into the expo and talking to the people, he's going to have more info than I'm going to have as far as the details of the new tech. I'm usually aware that it's happening.
Yeah.
And then like when you see it through the camera, you kind of know what it is. But he's the one. That's why when if I post a photo with a very generic caption, I'll let the internet comments tell me it is,
Absolutely.
It's just safer that way.
Yeah, the people like Alex and even the Warzone, like Tyler Rogaway.
Yeah,
I think I don't know. They seem to have, their finger on all the tech and being able to explain it well. I mean, if I tried to I'd need ChatGPT to help me explain something that technical.
I mean,
so
they do a very good job of putting it in a way that someone simple as me can understand.
Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. But the funny thing is though, Jared, is if you handed them our camera gear and was like, okay, so we're in this type of situation, how are we going to adjust these settings to make it work? And they're probably like, I don't have a damn clue. So
that's why we both have our lanes, and
that's right.
we don't switch lanes. Yeah.
That's why I take all the cell phone video footage, because it's very simple to use. And even then, Aaron still gives me pointers and corrects me. Speaking of simple, and this may be really a dumb question, but can we pull that Raptor photo up again really quick?
Yep. Let me bring it up.
Okay.
Yep, I got it.
Now, and I say maybe this is simple and people are like, duh, Ryan, but what are the white dots all over that aircraft? I don't know.
The comment section told me they're chicken pox. No, I think it's for cameras. I also caught an F-35 the same day at Edwards from the test.
Okay.
The white dots, and then the VX-31 Dust Devils out of China Lake, another test squadron, also has jets that have, call them the camera spots. I think it's just camera tracking and stuff.
Okay. Perhaps
someone in the comments has.
I thought maybe sensors, but I'm like, I don't know if they would need that many, but I don't know. I just, that was just interesting. I saw that, and that's actually the first time I've noticed it, because this is such a great shot. So, yeah, just wondering what that was. Thanks.
Yeah, it's like Jared was saying, they put that on, test jets, test aircraft, because when they're taking images and video, and they, I'm sure there's a technical way to explain it, but that they can monitor how things are moving, and,
right?
Those
well, and if I had to guess too, I mean, since this is a stealth aircraft, this could also be ways to measure the radar signature with the new accessories, so to speak. This is my favorite picture right here, because it gives the perspective of the tanks and how they're installed, and yeah, that's pretty sweet.
And
Wow.
you know that they're going to adapt those to F-35s too. So it's got to happen.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Accidentally did that again.
The dots could be a QR code. Have we tried using our
A
camera?
QR. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Get the
right.
cell. Yeah, Ryan, get the
Purchase
cell
here.
phone camera out. When Ryan goes with us and tries to capture these, we'll have a cell phone
Yeah.
out.
That's right.
That's hilarious.
See what
That's
we
a good
can do.
point.
Love it.
Funny.
Yeah. Wow. Amazing story. Amazing.
Well, Jared, I can't
photos.
wait to go out with you. 'Cause, I mean, let me.
Yeah, we're gonna
that-
take
that
you up
sounded
on that,
really
man.
bad. I can't wait to go spotting with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's rephrase that.
I'm sorry, I hate it when it does.
Yes, thank you. But yes, and that would
Oh,
be.
yeah, no, I love introducing people to it. Not even just the Sidewinder. We had an opportunity to take some people out to the A-10 range.
Nice.
And kind of got ice put on right now because of the war. But like,
Mhm.
Yeah.
like I said, I love sharing this stuff with people. It's frustrating when people post really cool stuff like, I'm not telling you anything about it. Where to go to see
I
this.
know. It's so weird. Look at that. You've got a freaking shell coming out.
I think that's on the wing there. That's on the wing.
Oh, is that
Oh,
on the
that's
wing?
the wing. It
Oh,
almost
I
looks like it's
see.
blurred. Okay,
Okay.
gotcha.
Yeah.
But you've got the muzzle flash there. That's
Yeah, But they do have
kick-ass.
shots of like other shockwaves and bullets coming out. I have
Yeah,
this.
unbelievable.
I
That-
think
Shots,
not
man.
gonna- it's not going to pick this up, but in this photo, 20 bullets here. That goes all the way over here. This is why it's off center, and then
Let's
Hold
show
on.
that
Let,
again,
let me
Jared.
let me
Gonna
close
put you
out
full
this real
screen.
quick. Do that again, Jared.
Yeah, there
Hold
you
on.
go.
up.
Now we can see.
I thought you could see the bullets in there. But yeah, the bullet train goes all the way up to the side.
Oh my
Pretty
gosh.
crazy. Yeah, you can't
Oh wow.
see the camera.
Kind of
Maybe-
hard to see.
There
Like,
they
oh
are.
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There's
yeah, I can see
okay.
it.
There's
Yep.
the bullets. There we go.
This
That's
one,
awesome.
the humidity was good enough that I think there's 5 bullets here, but these all have shockwaves. All the bullets have shockwaves. See the
Oh
shockwaves?
my god. Oh, I can
wow.
see it.
Yeah.
Oh dang.
You gotta be kidding
That's
me.
way cool.
Yeah. Just wild. So that was just the day with the humidity in Arizona lined up.
Yeah.
Wow.
and just Arizona isn't usually going to be that moist for
Yeah, no. I mean, unless it's monsoon season. So,
Yeah.
but I used to live right next to Phoenix Mesa Gateway Airport. Used to be the Williams Air Force Base,
Oh yeah.
and so we'd get a lot of military in and out, especially a lot of jets from Yuma. We'd get Harriers in there. I mean, I'm getting old now. I mean, this is like early 2000s that I was out there. So,
Oh yeah, you're so old, brother.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
I love Arizona. I used to live in Apache Junction in Scottsdale.
Oh, okay.
And,
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I have a cabin still in Arizona in Pine Strawberry. that
Nice.
I don't go to anymore because I discovered the Sidewinder. So I'm like,
Yeah, you're like, hell, I'm going out there. No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to go stay at the cabin.
So we have a little bit of insight from Lady Astrojet.
Says
by the
I
way.
believe they're on some F-35s already.
oh, there you go.
All right.
And she says, and I'm gonna totally slaughter this, but
Fiducial.
called fiducial. Well, you didn't even let me try, but thanks.
You said you were going to slaughter it. so
well,
I was,
but I could
was
at least
helping a brother
try.
out.
Fiducial markers, if we're being technical.
The white dot.
The white dots. Thanks.
Okay.
yeah.
thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
That's why
Well, that's cool. So, Jared, that shot of the F-117 behind your left shoulder there, is there something special about that photo and why you printed that one? Is it just one that you just loved? Wonder if there's a story behind that one.
probably.
A
Yeah.
story you can tell us. Okay.
I don't know.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll just say cool pick. How's
Yes.
that?
I'll share this one too. Let's see. This was a little bigger.
Yep.
At my shop, we have this print side where we have a $250,000 printer, so I get to print out my photos.
Hell yeah.
And
Oh, love it.
giving us the shaka in the cockpit.
Ooh, wow. That's awesome.
These are out in Death Valley. I always think it's cool to photograph the Nighthawks in Death Valley because
Yeah.
it's like Mars out there, and they look like they are from another planet.
They do.
Yeah, right.
That location on the Sidewinder is considered Point Juliet
Okay.
in Death Valley. So like in the spring and summer months, you probably won't want to go there because it's going to be 120 degrees.
Sure.
But in the winter, it's a great spot.
Kind of like the Luke Air Show this year.
Yeah.
I heard they had a lot
Oh
of
my
people
gosh.
injuries and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
that,
were
yeah.
people. Yeah, it's,
It's a shame because the lineup looked awesome.
Oh,
yeah, I know.
bad.
And it was F-35 demo team Rambo's first like official air show.
Yeah.
You know, because we just met Rambo a few weeks ago, and
Oh, cool.
you know up here at Hill, and good dude, good group in the F-35 demo team this year.
Did you guys make it, Luke? Did you guys go?
So we didn't go to Luke. Not this year. We have been before.
Yeah.
We have gone down there before, but yeah, I mean, this year we were kind of back and forth, and then when we saw the forecast temperatures, we're like, well,
Yes.
we probably shouldn't make this one, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we heard from a friend of ours it was kind of good that we didn't go because it was pretty miserable with the heat and the.
That pavement just bakes all day.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's one thing if it's 100 plus, like out in the desert. I mean, yes. I mean, I've been in the desert and 100 plus. I've been on, the ramp at 100 plus. I'd probably rather be in the desert with it being 100 plus than
Yes.
actual ramp.
Yeah, no, I mean that concrete just bakes. I thought
Yeah.
about going because here in California we have some air show curse going on for multiple years in a row now. It seems like our show
Right.
is
Yeah.
canceled by wars, shutdowns.
Yeah.
Fog.
Weather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weather. I went down
marine
for
layer.
Pacific Air Show in 24 and totally got fogged out. That
same.
was nuts.
And that's a shame because it's one of the better air shows as far as
Yeah.
location and everything else.
Yep.
Yeah, we were looking
Wow.
forward. I was looking forward to that. But and then last year, of course, the government shutdown just killed that show for any military participation. But what can you do? What can you do? Yeah. No, hey, Jarod, we really appreciate you coming on. This is awesome. I mean, it was when we saw those photos and reached out to you. We're like, oh, we got to get this dude on because how exciting is it to see the next version? I mean, basically Raptor 2.0. I mean, we saw you even post that little poster that you put together.
Yeah, that was me.
I
Just playing
should
on-
show that. I should show that really quick. It's up here at the top. Yeah, here
Oh,
we go.
yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Love it.
I wanted somewhere to show 3 shots in one. That's what I came up with.
That works. That works.
It looks
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Ryan, Tony, any other questions for Jarod? Or we're definitely going to keep in touch with you, Jarod, because we're gonna, we definitely love to come hang with you.
I mean, my question is, when are we going? This is
Yeah.
just this has been something like Star Wars Canyon, or some of the areas by the Utah Test and Training Range. I've always wanted to go and just never made it out there. So
Mhm.
It is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
You'll get addicted, and you will think about it when you're not even in California, and you'll be like,
good.
actually planning your next trip because that's.
Well, I have a Honda Element that has the tent that attaches to the back.
Yeah.
Ryan can attest to that. We did a Coachella together in that thing, but
There were no snakes at
there's
Coachella, though.
plenty of room. Yeah, so we'll just have to take that out and go for it. But I'm serious. We definitely need to go, Jarod. And anytime you'd have us, if we can make
Reach
it work,
out.
we would love to be
Guys-
there. Yes.
Typically, like if it's 70 degrees, around 70, anything much higher than 70 can get kind of miserable sitting out there for hours and hours and hours.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then also, as far as photography is concerned, you get like heat haze in that canyon building.
Right.
Cooler, crisp air is better for photos.
Mhm.
If you're just going to watch, because it's still a cool thing to watch. Like I want to bring
So-
my parents out there and show them. Like you
That's
guys-
cool.
So I guess what you're saying is probably not till
Yeah,
December or January.
Yeah, so next week the weather is doing some weird thing. So we're in a heat wave right now, and then I think there's some storm coming through. We may get mid 60s or something next week. So I'm
Okay.
looking at some days next week possibly.
Okay. Well,
After that, I think it's going to be like the summer weather for a while. I think. Who knows?
Yeah.
Weather's all over the place right now. So
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll definitely get some to. I don't have any questions. More or less just a thank you for coming on and showing us your work. You know, it's we throughout the week as brothers, we send each other some stories about, you know, what's going on in the aviation field, so we can kind of like talk about them on the stream. And I had sent your photos this morning, not realizing they were yours. And then Aaron lets us know, like, you know, before the show, like, hey, the guy that took these pictures. And I'm like, damn, that's cool, man. So, you know, kudos to you. We hope you keep spotting, bringing us some cool photos. And I'm with Tony, you know, when we going, we got to make it happen, brother.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Thank you.
I love watching people have their first pass at the Sidewinder. It's just insane. Coolest thing. I mean, I love sharing with people. It just, and
Cool.
when you come up there, a lot of the photographers are just some of my closest friends now. They're mostly good people.
Cool.
We're all the same type of nerd who loves the same thing.
Yeah.
Love it. You're right at home then.
A bunch of
great.
like people, you know, doing what you love. So, and you're out in nature. It's beautiful up there too. So it's all good stuff.
What a better way, and you know, if you love being outdoors, you love going on a hike, whatever, why not do it where there's going to be jets, for God's sakes, you know? I mean,
Absolutely.
that's a win-win.
I would have done whitewater rafting though. I'd skip that.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I'm not a
wouldn't do the
whitewater
whitewater rafting either.
I'll float a river if there's no rapids, but
That's what I thought
I'm
I was
not
setting up for. I thought I was setting up for.
Yeah.
I'm all for the lazy river at the water park.
Yeah.
That's about my extent of
Yeah.
whitewater rafting. Hey, we've
I
got a
brought
couple
my
more.
camera thinking I could shoot on the rafting trip, thinking it was like a float, maybe some little rapids.
Oh wow.
I
Yeah.
need water.
shock.
I need water in my ears and my nose.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Not good.
Wow. So a couple quick comments before we end it tonight. First off, Spinny side up, nice shooting. Yes,
Thank you.
and then we've got another question here from Lady Astrojet as well.
Sorry if this has been asked, but don't you start to catch any type of pattern on times, days after doing it for a while, or is it just that spotty? No pun intended
Good
there, I
question.
guess, huh?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
never know. That's absolutely right. Yeah.
So as far as a Sidewinder, I think it's a rookie move, and I'm saying this because I did this too in the beginning. I would have like my notes app and write down what flew through at what time and try to find that pattern. There's no pattern. It's just
It's just
That's a
whatever.
good question.
Flying it,
Yeah.
whenever they can get extra gas, they always want to fly it. I think they get bummed out if they can't fly it, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's always hit and miss. Sometimes, you know, if there's a big exercise coming up, like during red flag or before red flag, like the FAM flights happen, and so you can kind of guess that some stuff may come through the week before.
Yeah.
Same with like overseas in Europe, like the week before the air tattoo or whatever, low level day or whatever. But Monday through Friday, and I always say Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday has the highest traffic normally. Fridays tend to end sooner. I think everyone's just trying to clock out and go home for the weekend.
Yeah.
Mondays, for whatever reason, just seem to be slower. That doesn't mean that Good Stuff doesn't fly on Mondays and Fridays, because Nighthawks have flown both. Games like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are the sweet spot. If I ever try to like get a day off work now, I'm like,
Yeah.
my coworkers know, like, do you want Tuesday or Wednesday off this week?
Nice.
That's funny.
No one else wants those days off. They all want weekends or Fridays.
Yeah, right.
So it works
Exactly.
out pretty good. But yeah, it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, fall, winter, early spring. You know, it's a good time. And I've been putting together. You can look at it now. It's just there's not too much info there, but it's sidewinderlowlevel.com, and it's just kind of general information. I'm going to add more and more as I find time, but I've actually on there's a veterans gathering I'm supposed to be doing on April 8th, and I think I have to push that back now because at work you brought this up earlier, Coachella. We got contracted to build like 6 different things for Coachella. So now
Oh,
wow.
geez. Wow.
years, and now I got to move this event. But
Yeah.
this industry, I mean, is just wild like that. But and then whenever I shoot people, I give them a little Sidewinder low level patch. They come
Nice.
Sidewinder. A lot of pilots have this patch too now because sometimes they'll fly through with it, which is kind of cool.
That
That'll
is
look
cool.
good on my wall because
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come get one of those.
Yeah, we'll get you some patches and stickers of ours too. You
For
know,
sure.
we'll do the
Yeah.
whole swap thing.
I don't think of many other hobbies where people make patches to share with each other.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
Oh, I'm glad you brought the website up, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
Video for those that want to start their addiction now. If you Google, actually on that page, if you scroll down a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
the YouTube video link for the first episode right there, part 1, Jets in the
Oh,
Wild.
cool. Okay.
A good buddy of mine, Jeff Aiello, who shoots at PBS, he shot this documentary, and this is a shorter version than what he actually made, but this is because TV shows have a 26-minute runtime because of commercials. But
Right.
you watch this video, I get goosebumps thinking about it. He did such, if I'm being honest, when I knew about this project before he asked me to be a part of it, I was nervous about how it would turn out because it's PBS. That's where it's airing.
Yeah, right.
Cheesy or low rent. You watch this
Or a
video,
Muppet might appear.
you'll be like, I see why you have won Emmys. This guy is a master storyteller. He
Cool.
tells the story of the Sidewinder photographers, and then the second episode that follows this one, he gets to go for a backseat ride in the F-15 from Fresno. So it's the whole thing. It's really, really cool.
Beautiful.
So yeah, I gotta fill out all these. The website is not done. I'm just kind of putting it there for now, but
Sure.
yeah, I want to help people go there and have a safe trip and a fun trip, and help them go, see some cool jets. That's the route.
Is that Aiello the guy that does the fighter pilot podcast? Or
No,
you said Aiello, right?
Jeff Aiello. He's just a guy. He has this.
Oh no, he's the
Outside.
actual. Okay,
Yep.
gotcha. He's the one that shot and produced this.
Yep.
Okay.
And then if he's in the show too, but that red line right there, on that map, that is the side. That's the route of the Sidewinder. So
Okay.
bottom left is Lake Isabella. That's there's a dam there that makes Lake Isabella. That's technically Point Alpha, and then Bravo, Charlie, Delta is a popular spot to shoot at. Up by the dunes is a popular spot, and then the far right side, that's that Death Valley area I was telling you about, where it gets really hot.
Right here.
Yeah.
And first timers that come, I always tell them to stick between A and B along the river, because that's where the highest amount of traffic enters. All the jets typically would enter at Alpha and funnel through. A lot of them will jump off along. They don't do the whole route. The route's nearly 300 miles long. So,
Jeez.
So
they may
Alpha
just-
is here at Lake Isabella. Is that right?
yeah, and that's where they're starting to drop in. They're not really low over Lake Isabella because there's
Uh-huh.
a town there, but they drop in. So a lot of the shots you'll see are from in between A and B. We still call there's a spot we call Fairview, and we call it Point Alpha, but it's not really Point Alpha. A lot of pilots know there's photographers on that hill type of things, so like the afterburners and put out their
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. That's great.
Yeah, it's a really cool experience, but I do typically send people to the river for the first time, and then they'll go back and go there again and again, and then eventually they'll say, okay, I want to see another spot, get a different backdrop type of thing.
Yeah, right.
Out at Point Delta, you get the Sierras in the background, you get Mount Whitney in the background, so there's snow near Lone Pine. That's a pretty cool backdrop. Just offers all different types of scenery, then you get the Death Valley stuff. So
Beautiful.
and that black line across the middle, by the way, that was the Star Wars Canyon line that no longer is also called the Jedi Transition. So
Okay.
when jets take that now, if they want to cut across to cut the route short, they have to stay like 1,000 feet above the canyon rim at where Star Wars is. So technically, you could go to Star Wars Canyon and you just see them fly above your head.
Yeah.
They would've-
Yeah.
Why it's not a great spot to shoot, but
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's great
There's some
website.
yeah. And then if anyone reaches out to me personally and like, hey, I'm going, where should I go? I will absolutely give them the most detailed information of where to park, give them a little map of where to hike, find like a little trail. not trying to set anyone up to get lost and have to get rescued by China Lake Search and Rescue.
Yeah. No
Although
doubt.
it makes a great story, but I never want people to be worried about reaching out and asking for help. I know people do like to gatekeep, but I'm like, if you're going up there, don't die on me. I want you to have a good, safe trip and see some cool jets. And
Yeah, right.
Ah, cool.
Right. So
Very
once
cool.
again, if you're not following Jarod, here's his X account. It's amazing, spectacular. All those photos he's got on there. And I gotta add this too, Jarod. It's cool to also meet a fellow Canon photographer too, because
Oh gosh.
I've got Nikon friends too,
go.
and I'm always giving them shit about it. But
Nikon folks are confusing to me. I get Sony. Sony's got some cool stuff. Nikon, I can't get on board with. It just seems like the outdated old one.
there you go.
I don't know much about them, so that's just kind of what my
Yeah.
what I made up in my head about them. I'm sure they're totally fine, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, Canon's always been good. It's been a workhorse. That 100-500 lens seems to be the perfect kind of range. I mean, you always want more reach.
Yeah. It's a great lens. It's a
yeah.
great. I've got one of those too, and it's spectacular. And that lens too, it's great for actually doing video.
Yeah.
This is where we lose Ryan and Tony for like 30
I was gonna
seconds.
say,
But I have a Canon R5
Okay.
Mark II, and the video capabilities and the tracking and everything on that with that 100-500 lens is amazing.
When
So-
you're doing video, are you doing any monopods or anything, or are you just handheld?
No, I'm just hand holding. I've got all the stabilization I can. I
Yeah.
try to hold it as steady as possible. And then of course, in post, I'll stabilize or I'll track and whatever. And it usually turns out really well. I shoot at a higher shutter speed though. So
Yeah.
the little blurs don't happen when you're videoing. Because if you shoot too low, it'll be blurry.
Hey,
But
don't be mad at me for this soundbite. Sorry.
and spinny side up.
yeah, well, you better not
But-
be bored
but-
there spinning
all
side
right.
up, because I
Look
tell
at the
you what, it's
result.
us photographers
It's
that make all you pilots
insane.
look good.
Yes, it is.
I know. Just
No,
kidding.
we are totally kidding. I mean, it is another language to me, but
Yeah.
man, the results you get with that, both of you guys.
Have the two of you
it's
picked up a camera? I gotta ask. Have you tried it?
a camera.
Like, have you used Aaron's camera at all?
Tony does a little bit of video.
Yeah, I do a little bit of video stuff, but my video camera's outdated. We'll have a new one by the time we.
I have a feeling
But,
if I
yeah.
grabbed Aaron's camera, especially when it had the big lens on it, it would be like one of those people that shoots a 12 gauge shotgun, not expecting the kickback, and there'd be firing off. I'd be taking all these shots,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I do think there probably will be a day where maybe I will ask Aaron, why don't I just take a few shots if he'll let me actually touch his camera.
Yeah, that's
but-
the thing. Aaron doesn't. He's very protective of. his
Requires a
camera.
deposit. Just
I'll let
kidding.
you-
I'm kidding.
I'll let you shoot on mine.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
No. Wait a minute. I've never told him they couldn't.
That's
We've
very
never
true.
really
I just-
asked.
We just don't want to miss on any of Aaron's like amazing shots. I don't want to be like, here, let me, maybe I should start with one of the tankers at Red Flag or an A10, and then I won't have
There
an
you
issue.
go. You can work your way up.
And then-
Honestly, I'm gonna give you the Polaroid.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. I just
Yeah.
feel awkward touching a lens that big. I'm sorry. It's just.
oh, really?
I know.
know
I'm,
it.
That's not what Aaron told me.
yeah. 600 f4 is intimidating.
Right.
Lens envy.
Dear God.
That's also addicting, is getting these photos. And
Oh yeah.
I gotta be honest, going to the Sidewinder, because there was more traffic. I gotta be honest, the war and Lemoore being
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
less traffic, but the Sidewinder has made me a better photographer. You get so many passes during the day that you get to try different things and
Yeah.
see what worked and what didn't work, and kind of get to know your camera a little better and just explore different stuff. Where
Sure.
maybe shooting out at Nellis, for example, you're just shooting blue sky stuff. You can't really mess with like the panning stuff too much. So You bring a camera, just rent one for Sidewinder. Rent a camera for the Sidewinder, bring it there, and
There you go.
it's that way Aaron's not missing out on his shots. And I bet you should have mine too.
Looks like Lady Astrojet said, happened to me last summer and I haven't put my camera down.
Good.
Camera
There you go.
before.
All
Yeah.
right.
So
It's
it
something
is.
about you capturing this moment that's you're just like, holy shit! Like it's
Yeah. Right.
That's awesome.
And also, I love helping people when they come to the Sidewinder. They're like, "What shutter speed should I do? What should I do this?" And I always have like little rules for why I do certain things that I do.
Sure.
It always depends on the situation, but a lot of people, they would just come out and shoot insanely high shutter speed, and then I'd say, okay, if we hear F-18 call in and it's just a gray F-18, crank that shutter speed way down, and you're going to take a pan shot. And if you ruin every shot, it's a gray F-18. We'll see 10 more of those today. So
Yeah. Sure.
they get that one crisp shot with that background really blurred, and they're like, holy shit, I just did that. And then
That's cool.
consciously they just learned, how to, mess with the shutter speed. So,
Right.
and I always have, like, if a jet's high, if a jet's higher than level, if you're aiming up, you're gonna have a harder time tracking. So crank the shutter speed up. Just little things like that. Or if it's windy.
Right.
Yeah.
Just the tips that I've learned throughout the years of doing this. But I'm the type of person who I can't wait to see what everyone catches every single day they go up there. If I can't get up there, I want to see what you get, and I'm not going to be upset that I wasn't there. I want to see the art that you made from it. So
Yeah, that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Hey, you've been a hell of a guest, man. This is cool.
Yes,
It's
you
been
have.
fun getting to know you a little bit. We spoke on the phone a little bit before the live stream, and oh yeah, we'll continue this definitely. This is great. This is great. Thank you.
I'm glad it worked out. I know the other day I couldn't make it, but my job is crazy and my life is crazier sometimes.
Sure. No, that's great.
It's not
That's great.
necessarily a bad
Yeah,
thing.
we get that.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining. I'm very lucky, and I work for the best people. I have a good situation.
Nice.
When I interviewed with them this summer before I came there, they said, "What's your ideal schedule?" And I said, "Well, there's this thing called the Sidewinder." And so I told them about it, and they said, so they knew from the get-go what they were signing up
Yeah.
for. So
Oh,
they
that's
knew
great.
that.
That's awesome. That
Well,
is so
good. Well,
cool.
that's probably a great place to end. We're running a little long. Normally our shows are about 30, 35 minutes, but hell, we've almost gone an hour, and that's okay because Jared's
Yeah,
been on and we
we'll-
love the stories.
We'll
this
extend
is
it
great.
30 minutes or so to talk about camera settings any day.
Hey. Yeah, Ryan and Tony can just sign off, and Jared and I will continue on with the photography
After
talk.
hours
I
chat.
know, right?
Yeah, that's
no,
right.
We love it.
Where we talk about-
Photography after hours. We'll put our red lights on.
Yes.
Change the temperature on our lights so they're red. There you go.
Maybe I'll get you guys a nice bottle of wine.
We'll just use the pieces, you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, new Area 51 just checked
He's
in really
checking.
fast.
I'm at work.
Oh,
Oh,
Bummer.
darn it. Well, you have to
Thanks
watch
for checking
the replay there.
yes.
51.
Definitely.
Cool. Thanks for checking in though.
So, all right. Well, Jared, dude, we got to have you back. But I think what we need to do is we need to go out to Sidewinder with you first.
Yeah.
Spend a nice a day or two out there, and then we'll have you back on the show, and we could compare.
Or
shots.
hear me out. We bring a Starlink and we do it live from the Sidewinder.
Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
Perfect. Even better.
We have
See,
Starlink.
we love
Yeah.
how you think. We actually have a Starlink Mini, so that sounds good. Let's do it.
Nice.
RampCheck Sidewinder.
There
Could
you
you
go.
imagine a Sidewinder? Man. Okay, that's it. We're doing it. We
Yeah,
are doing
right.
it.
Yeah. There
Jared,
you
thank
go.
you so much for being on again tonight. And once again, at Jarod M. Hamilton, it's jmh.creates. If you're not following him, do yourself a favor.
Yeah, do it.
Yes.
And I do post way more on Instagram and more photos just because it seems to be a more photo friendly, more like a gallery,
cool.
if you will.
Okay.
Okay.
That kind of extra, but just seems it's a weirder place to like display photos, if that makes sense. Less of a gallery.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's
sure.
more on Instagram, but I'll start sharing them on X too.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Awesome. All right. Hey, thanks again for joining us. We're going to let you go here, Jarod. Stand by, though. After we end the podcast, we'll talk. Oh, by the way, new Area 51. Go, Jarod. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, Jarod. We're going to say goodbye to you here, and we appreciate you joining us once again. Have a good one. Jarod Hamilton,
Jarod.
everybody.
Thank you.
Yes,
All
thanks,
right.
Jarod.
See you, man. Peace. All right. Wow.
That was cool.
Yep.
Lucky guy, man. Lucky guy, but cool guy.
That's cool. What a
Nice.
good dude,
Content.
man.
Yeah,
I
I know,
mean,
right?
you know,
That was
sometimes, you know, you talk to other photographers and some of them are a little awkward. Some of them are like, you know, you got to kind of like pry to get some info out of them. Like, well, I'm not
Yes.
telling you what shutter speed I use. What the hell?
or I'm not telling you where. Oh, it's a secret. Anyway. So
Just a good dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good dude. Thanks once again. Hey, don't forget, it's a live stream every Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday night right here on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Rumble when it works. I
Yeah.
think it might have been working tonight. Somebody spammed us. Anyway.
Yep.
And don't forget, please, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure you go there right now. Subscribe. Check out some of our content as well. We've got a lot of great content. And speaking of that,
We got to announce our winner.
we need to announce our winner. Let's see here. Do we have, let's see. Let me go to our captions here. So what we do is, oh, I'm going to show the hat first. Let's see. So we will go to check out the comments, and we're going to pick a random comment, but you have to be a subscriber and you can win some Ramp swag, just like what you're seeing on your picture right here. And tonight's winner, or this week's winner, I want to say congratulations to Jamie T at Lady Astrojet.
Nice.
Nice. Love it.
Here's her comment, by the way. This is commenting on our Major Sean Rambo Laughlin demonstration, F-35A demonstration pilot. Amazing capture, some of the best I've ever seen. I would love to hang out with y'all one day and just learn more about photography. Well, it sounds like after tonight's conversation, it's going to
Yeah.
happen in Sidewinder Canyon.
There you go.
So-
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Beautiful.
So
Right.
congratulations, Lady Astrojet, Jamie T. Send a screenshot. Let me put that caption back up there. Make sure you just take a screenshot and email your comment to hello@rampcheckglobal.com, and we will send out your Ramp swag.
Yeah.
So-
Include a shipping address too. We should
Yes.
probably add that.
Yep. Okay, perfect. So normally tonight's X Day Tuesday. So I'm just going to call the ball and say X Day Wednesday. There's a lot
Yeah,
to
we'll
talk
probably
about
do
on
X
X
Day
tomorrow
Wednesday.
night.
Perfect.
So make sure you join us tomorrow night, X Day Wednesday, right here. So anyway, thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night. I'm Tony.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Ryan. Good day.